Alright, website update video from draftphysics.com, blah blah. Anyway, so I did do a few videos since the last, whatever, let you know there are videos on physics. So I guess we'll start with the wind car thing. I probably already mentioned that, but I think I provide a pretty simple and understandable explanation of the outcome. Okay, and explains in some sense cause for the effect. But anyway, then there was Neil deGrasse Tyson, and don't even remember that video, frankly. Something about the two slit, no doubt, and from his Cosmos show, and just more of the same lies about detectors and all that kind of crap. And so I just go through how they haven't got a clue. All this money spent to produce science shows that are just propaganda. It's just absolute crap. It has no connection to the actual experiments and the actual evidence. And that's how they can promote this silly theory, is to, make up crap that isn't true. And that's about all they got. All right, then the Action Lab guy also did a essentially slit experiment, and likewise full of shitting that this has something to do with some Heisenberg principle, when the obvious fact is when you make things smaller, you increase the likelihood of interaction with the thing that's making it smaller, the surface. And so the surfaces are clearly what's causing the diffraction. It's not some magical thing where the photon says, the opening is smaller, I will spread. No, there's a mechanical reason, and the mechanical cause is in fact the surfaces. It's this two surface experiment and the four surface experiment, and it's just about surfaces. See, and one surface doesn't really work. You can sort of understand, right, that you need two surfaces because you need two sources. If you only have one source, then you can't put photons together. You can't break the pieces and send enough pieces to a location from one source. But anyway, it does actually happen. It's just such it's just such a small number of photons you remake when there's only one source. And I did the Unsucker video that's sort of on the same subject, talking about wave-particle duality and the fact that it's not the right question. But his right questions are silly, like where did photons come from, or why is there matter? Those are silly questions. It's no point in asking. The real question to ask is what's causing light to change its path, and it's silly to say because the light can do math, or because the light knows it's supposed to obey Heisenberg. There's a physical reason it changes its path, and the really known facts is that hitting electrons makes photons change the direction they're moving. Clearly the cause. I did another video sort of on the same subject of photons again from some comment. Pretty good video, frankly, in the sense that it does explain. I mean, obviously some of the stuff explained was really rudimentary, like wavelength is just a word. You don't need to think of it in terms of a wave. It's really just a period length or a frequency length, or the distance between events. It's an event length. Calling it a wavelength doesn't mean it has anything to do with waves. Bullets fired from a gun physically have a wavelength between them, but they're not waving. That kind of stuff. And then today's video, which was just really a waste of time, I talk a little bit about Veritasium's bowling video, which just didn't get to any interesting physics at all, and some crazy person talking about their virtual universe and how we're living in a simulation created by consciousness, which is obviously not physics and stupid, and it's just a religion. Humans just keep going back to the dirty water. Ugh, the skanky whore of religion. So anyway, so yeah, so Google sucks. That's why I have to. That's why I have to make videos off of the platform, is to protest, and because nobody else will do it. Obviously, nobody does anything. The community of people do nothing. Google can do whatever it wants, and nobody will complain. Nobody will thumb their nose, do something, just to indicate that Google should pay a price. Nobody will in any way spank them for their bad behavior. And so they act with immunity, which is dangerous and tragic. So I will protest, and I will do what I can to encourage others not to play along, and to do what they can. Okay, that's a minimum amount I can do, because I don't have much power to make Google pay a price for its cruel unfairnesses and I'd say malicious abuses of human thought. It's Borgish control of the internet. Anyway, yeah, it's just terrible. And GoDaddy absolutely sucks. So I spent another 2 hours, chatting, and typing crap with a technician Sunday, because I couldn't access the site or upload a file or do anything, and sometimes at least it's spotty, and then sometimes at least I can use their internal mechanisms to, their C panel they call it. Anyway, to upload files, and it's very inconvenient and very dysfunctional, but at least I can get something done. But I couldn't do anything Sunday, so I decided to do this again. So this is the third time in the last month or so, and we go through the same routine. They keep trying to say it's my browser, and I keep explaining how, well, then why doesn't FileZilla, why does that not work either? It's obviously not a browser issue, Well, they keep finding excuses, and it's just, and the excuse is something like somehow my ISP is blocking only my website on the whole entire internet. The only website I can't access happens to be my own. Seems a preposterous likelihood, right? And especially like Verizon would want the liability of blocking my own website. Yeah, I don't think they would want that liability. Anyway, and what's the more reasonable answer? Oh, yeah, the server sucks and often isn't producing, enough quality of response to the rest of the internet, that the rest of the internet says you're taking too much time to produce information. Fuck you, I'm going home. That's what the internet's saying to the shitty server. It's saying, fuck you, you're just a waste of time. I have to sit there waiting here for you to do something, and you're not doing anything. And time is money. And that's what, well, anyway, it does get terribly complicated going through all these trace codes to find out where the failure is and how many milliseconds and blah, whatever. But it seems like every piece of evidence indicates it's GoDaddy's fault. And surprise, surprise, right? The next day, all of a sudden, it's working just fine. So you spend 2 hours. The guy denies, keeps saying it's your internet connection. You keep explaining, well, send me to a single website on the internet that I can't access except mine. So show me some other website that I can go to where I won't be able to get the website. I mean, I can't really say to Verizon, you're giving me a shitty internet, when, yeah, I get every website on that internet except mine. Anyway, it really is just, fuck. It's just so idiotic. They just won't admit that, yes, they have my website on the shittiest server at GoDaddy. Just no doubt about it. And they just won't admit it, that they have customers they like and customers they don't like. And they just won't admit, yeah, you're one of the ones we don't like much. Fuck. Anyway. I hate this planet. I just hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it here. God damn. Ugh. Shit. I mean, it's just ironic to me, that I have all of these deep philosophical reasons for hating life, but it's really easy to hate on just a visceral level. You don't even need to have a complex philosophy to figure out, oh, what a pile of shit this is. All the shenanigans, all the horse shit. I mean, fuck. Only an idiot could enjoy it here. Ugh. Enough. So, till the next time and such, and so forth and whatnot. I will endeavor to persevere, get over this little low period.